next hour, the UN Security Council is set to approve a mission to monitor the evacuation of eastern Aleppo, with the voting due to start in less than 1 hour. This follows a number of terror attacks on buses that were destined to pick up civilians from Syrian villages. RT's Lizzie Phelan is in a refugee camp which accepts people from those villages. She joins us live right now. Lizzie, despite attacks there, some civilians do manage to get to the refugee camp where you are. Just bring us up to date how the evacuation is proceeding.
Well, so far, an official at this camp tells us that 260 people from Fua and Kafreya, those two villages, largely populated with people who are sympathetic to the Syrian government, that have been under siege now by rebel forces for almost 2 years in the province of Idlib. They've been brought here to this shelter in Jibrin on the outskirts of Aleppo. That official tells us that he expects a total of 1,000 people from Fua and Kafreya to be brought here today, and they're being evacuated as part of the agreement to see the last militants, their families and civilians evacuated from that last rebel pocket in East Aleppo. Those evacuations in Aleppo today continuing, and if it's completed, that will mark the official end of the battle for Aleppo and put the Syrian army in total control of the city. But today we've been speaking to people from Fua and Kafreya. It's the largest group of people that have been able to leave those villages since the siege there began in March 2015, and the conditions that they describe in those villages surrounded by rebel forces are absolutely terrible. They describe a complete lack of food, medical supplies. The water that they have access to is dirty. There's no phone communications, no internet, and they're living under a constant barrage of shelling by opposition militants. Some of the people we've spoken to say that in just one day they have fired at them over 200 mortar bombs. So for sure, many of the people that have left today relieved to have got out, but it's a bittersweet feeling for them, because only injured people, women and small children are being allowed to leave. So those who have come here have had to leave behind their families, and they have no way of staying in touch with them. And they're urging that all of the population, all of the people inside Fua and Kafreya be allowed to leave immediately.
RT's Lizzie Phelan there reporting on the progress of those evacuations from Aleppo.